The book How to Make the Impossible Possible by Robert Anthony is an inspiring guide to personal development that explores how our thinking, beliefs, and inner attitudes define the limits of what we consider achievable. The central idea is simple yet powerful. The limitations we experience rarely come from the outside world. They are most often created in our own minds. When we change the way we think, we begin to see new opportunities and accomplish goals that once seemed out of reach. The author begins with the premise that human potential is far greater than most people realize. According to him, many of us live within a mental program shaped by childhood, society, education, and personal experiences. This program determines what we believe we can or cannot do. When we repeatedly hear phrases like, "that is too difficult," "that is impossible," or "that is not for you," these ideas gradually become internal beliefs. Over time, they act as invisible barriers that limit our actions and ambitions. One of the key concepts in the book is that our reality reflects our inner world. This means that if someone believes there are no opportunities, they will notice only obstacles. However, if they believe a solution exists, they will start seeing new paths. The author emphasizes that this is not about naive optimism, but about consciously changing our mindset. When the mind is directed toward solutions, behavior shifts, and results begin to follow naturally. Anthony places strong emphasis on the power of beliefs. According to him, beliefs act as filters. They determine what we accept as true and how we respond to circumstances. For example, if a person believes they are not good enough, they will avoid challenges. If they believe they can learn and grow, they will take more risks and develop their abilities. Therefore, the first step toward making the impossible possible is to question limiting beliefs. The author encourages readers to observe their own thoughts. He suggests asking questions such as, "What do I believe about myself? What do I consider possible? And what is holding me back?" When these questions are answered honestly, patterns of thinking that restrict growth often become visible. The next step is to replace those beliefs with new ones that support progress and openness to change. Another important focus of the book is the role of imagination. Anthony believes that every achievement begins as an idea. Before something becomes reality, it must first be seen mentally. When a person vividly imagines their goal, they start acting differently. Imagination is not just fantasy, it is a tool for directing attention and motivation. When we mentally experience success, the brain begins to accept it as possible and even natural. The author also highlights the importance of responsibility. He argues that individuals must take full responsibility for their lives instead of blaming external circumstances. This does not mean that difficulties do not exist, but rather that our response to them is within our control. When a person takes responsibility, they gain power. Instead of waiting for change, they begin to create it themselves. The book also examines fear as a major obstacle. Fear of failure, criticism, or the unknown often keeps people inside their comfort zones. Anthony explains that fear is natural, but it should not dictate our actions. He encourages gradually stepping outside familiar boundaries, taking small steps that build confidence. With each fear overcome, the boundaries of what seems possible expand. Special attention is given to goals. The author stresses that clear and specific goals provide direction. When a person knows what they want, they can channel their efforts more effectively. It is important that goals are stated positively and concretely, rather than framed as avoidance of problems. For example, instead of saying, "I do not want to fail," it is better to say, "I want to succeed." This shift in wording influences how the brain processes information. Anthony also speaks about persistence. Many people give up too early because they expect quick results. According to him, the impossible becomes possible through the accumulation of small actions over time. Persistence builds confidence, and confidence creates new opportunities. It is essential to focus on process, not just the final outcome. The book also addresses the influence of environment. The author notes that the people we surround ourselves with strongly affect our thinking. If we are surrounded by pessimism, we are likely to adopt the same attitude. If we are among people who believe in growth and act boldly, we will be inspired to do the same. Therefore, he recommends consciously choosing an environment that supports development. Another key point is the connection between thoughts and actions. Positive thinking alone is not enough. It must be followed by concrete steps. Anthony insists that action is the bridge between idea and reality. Even small actions can create momentum and lead to the next step. Gradually, this builds confidence and produces results. The author also emphasizes that failures are part of the process. Instead of seeing them as proof of impossibility, they should be viewed as feedback. Every attempt provides information and brings us closer to success. This shift in attitude toward mistakes reduces fear and encourages experimentation. In conclusion, How to Make the Impossible Possible presents a philosophy of personal empowerment and responsibility. The main message is that the limits of what is possible are far more flexible than they appear. By changing beliefs, setting clear goals, using imagination, taking action, and remaining persistent, individuals can achieve far more than they once thought possible. The book inspires readers to look beyond their self-imposed limitations and consciously begin building the life they truly desire.